Here I am sitting in the magnificent Lamborghini Huracán LP610-4. LP stands for longitudinal posteriore. Okay, which means that basically the engine is in the middle. You know, it's center mounted. The 610 refers to the horsepower. But now, because Lamborghini is owned by VW, which is Audi, etc., etc., they basically go there and say it's PS as opposed to horsepower. So we know brake horsepower, BHP is horsepower. PS is fission, something like that, which the Germans now convert into the word horsepower. It is a monster of a car, but this is one of a kind at the moment in South Africa. It has got so many extras, it's incredible. The most important one is the Lamborghini sports exhaust, which we shall hear when we drive it. The great thing about it, it's got the PDC, it's got the reverse camera, it's got the Bluetooth, it's got the sat nav, it's got every other luxury entity that you would want in any kind of car, but this is in a proper supercar. So, without further ado, we have driven the Lamborghini Huracán a few times, but I tell you, any other chance that you get given to drive a Lamborghini Huracán, you take it. This is the Lamborghini 610-4, which of course is also four-wheel drive. As I mentioned, it does have the performance exhaust, and that in its own is going to be incredibly loud. Seating position is magnificent. This has also got the dual stitching, so I mean, the hand touch to this car is quite extraordinary. The double clutch is something that I think Lambo have got so perfect this time. The Aventador still worries me with that single clutch, and I know it's more violent, and maybe that's what they want to achieve with the Aventador, but this is just makes a lot more sense. Oh! Sometimes you have to make an orgasm for yourself, and I think we've got the right thing. That's with the windows closed, by the way. So we'll open the windows just now and just get some kind of idea. Of course, you've got all of the different modes in the Lamborghini Huracán. You've got the Strada mode, which is more of a comfort setting mode. You've got the sport mode, which is what we're driving in now. So it stiffens up the suspension, gives you a lot more feel in the car when you're going into corners. And then of course you've got the Corsa mode, which is the mode that you use when you are on a racetrack. To use it on normal day-to-day roads, you really have to be a very, very experienced driver, and you've got to make sure that there's no one else on the roads. And driving in Johannesburg, well, that's always going to be impossible. So we'll put it in Corsa because that'll also give us just a highlight of the exhaust pipe and just a little bit of fun. It is I mean, we've driven this car, and I've driven this car extensively. I've loved every second of it. It is violently fast, specifically at the coast. Don't forget, when you're driving up in the high veld, you lose quite a lot of power because it doesn't have any kind of turbocharging. It's a normal aspirated engine. But I drove this car down in Cape Town, and I must just tell you, it is blindingly fast. Incredible car, very, very smooth. There are a couple of things about the Lambo. I just find the middle console just too, I don't know, in my face. I would prefer something a little sleeker, a little less monstrous. But for the rest of it, it is a superb vehicle. Very, very, very enjoyable to drive. This one also has the glass roof for the engine. Sitting now in auto mode, I'm going to put it into just straight manual mode, and then we can play a little. I'm going to open one of the windows, as you can hear. That is what it's all about. Changing the gears, of course, is all on now on the steering wheel, which takes a little bit of getting used to, but now we have some fun. Listen to this. It is superb to drive. It is so comfortable. This is the thing where you do me have gone a little bit too tame, in the sense that the ride quality is so easy. The way to drive it is relatively easy. There's nothing easy about driving any a supercar. Just let's bear that in mind. Driving at speed is a very, very complicated thing, but it is a very comfortable car to sit in. The seats fit you. You can drive this on long distance. You can drive this in traffic. And a lot of people might sit there and say it's lost a little bit of the enigma that is Lamborghini. I agree and disagree. It's not driving an Audi R8, and if you think about it, it's the same kind of engine, etc. It's owned by the same company, but it's still a Lamborghini. That on its own should give you an idea that it is a Lamborghini. It's a magnificent car, incredibly fast, but so smooth. Very, very easy to drive. The one thing I like about this is it doesn't have the electromagnetic steering, which was one of the other cars that I drove, which did have the electromagnetic steering. And well, I don't know, I felt that I wasn't in complete control. When you're driving a supercar, you need to be in control. You need to know that if you're driving at speed around a racetrack where you're going to turn the car's going to go where you want it to go. With that electronic magnetic steering, I felt that all of a sudden it wanted me to go somewhere else. I wasn't very happy. Maybe it was showing that I was a rubbish driver, but I'd rather be a rubbish driver and be in control than the car trying to tell me what to do. For the rest of it, it's magnificent. The only stumbling block that we should just let you know is maybe the price. Now this comes with all of the optional extras, and of course it comes with the performance exhaust pipe. So this one is available at the Imperial collection at the magnificent price of 5,205,000 Rand. That's 5,205,000 Rand. Okay, we're going to open all the windows, and now we're going to make a lot of noise going up this road. Here we go. Wow, it's fun. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, I get goosebumps. Like in another world. It's a tremendous amount of fun. To drive these kind of cars is a true privilege. And I think to own these kind of cars must be an absolute delight. They're not for, unfortunately, people like me, but wow, just to have the opportunity is a lot of fun in any case. Fortunately, it doesn't have start-stop like the stupid car next to inherited something from a late grandfather or grandmother or wherever from somewhere around the world who's got like real money and not rands, and you've converted it and realized for £5 you can buy the car, I would suggest, you know what, this is a pretty damn good option, even though it is 5,205,000 Rand. I think maybe you could squeeze them on the 5, not the million side, the 205. Maybe you can push them at 5,200,000. I think you could get it. Under that, I don't think so. At 5 grand, you know, it's going to be a lot when you're spending 5 million. Anyway, I love the car. I think it's amazing. This with this exhaust is something quite exceptional. Oh, it just handles like magnificent. Listen to that. In the old days, we'd say, oh my goodness, there's something wrong with that car, it's backfiring. Nowadays, this is what driving is all about. The more noise it makes, the more exciting it is. So there it is. The Lamborghini Huracán LP610-4. 4-wheel drive, longitudinal posterior, 610 horsepowers. You'll be happy.